Actually, no, because the upper's tight as fuck too. If I could just make these a little bit wider, put like a fucking Vomero 5 lower, and make it like a SB Vomero 5, I'm onto something here. Nike, you gotta cut me the fucking check, bruh. A shoe that you could skate and run in. How about that? Fuck. Oh, wait, but they did that already with the SB 95. So fuck. Kind of late to the party. Yo.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle.
Hey.
Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower. To let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy, Big Sir Bevelli, back in a place to be, La Merca Superior, Palace 81 Studios. We are live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. Nine Times. And I gotta get this gain right. Yeah. Hold on now. Hold up, son. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Today's mathematics, it is knowledge. It's January 16th, Friday, fucking 2026. It is knowledge and equality all being born to God. So we must be fair with our knowledge amongst others. So therefore we are bringing about God into existence. So that could be God-given intellect, God-given acknowledgement, and anything that we bring into existence, God witnesses through our knowledge and fairness. Peace. Today's drip check, we have the new Scarface Air Force Ones. These are actually pretty crazy. Like they're like half-ass bowling shoes, but like that's cool because I wanted like some Air Force. I wanted a one pair of Air Forces that were fucking just like a wild style, you know. So this is I actually had another one that are like that. The purple Kobe Snake Air Forces. Those are pretty out there too. But these are just fucking fire. They're split at the heel, but then they only come up to the swoosh when they're split in colors. So on the inside, on the left side of the shoe, or I guess it's different on the inside of the shoe. On both insides, it's white, and then on the outside, it's black. So I don't know if you can see. This was actually part of one of the last cops I had for December, but I guess it's gonna go into January since I made the episode. But I could just show y'all real quick. Slide this out. The laces are different too. The laces are kind of like more like or I don't know. Air Forces and Dunks kind of crease up pretty bad, and like Jordans, like this style, like the 80s. You know, retro basketball style of shoe. No heavy topics, just going to talk a lot about sneakers on this episode. So if you do not like sneakers and shit like that, you're more than welcome to watch any of the other episodes. And you hear my voice crack, whatever the fuck. I hate this couch. We need a new fucking couch. I just feel like I keep getting sunken in and shit. Maybe I need to sit closer over here, but this shit is like whack as fuck, bro. Like, you know, I can hear my dog eating and shit, and yeah, it's just this couch has an interesting way of fucking letting you know it's gonna give you scoliosis the more you fucking sit on it. And I hate this fucking couch, but I didn't even know couches are like a stack. Like, who made that shit up, you know? I could feel the fucking Air Forces squeezing my foot already, but that's all good. We're going to do something different this episode. We're going to have the top 5 sneaker regrets of 2025. And then we have 2 mystery items right here before we get into the shoe review that I have. I don't know how long this episode is going to be, but Um, WWE has been getting pretty good. There's like they're changing it up. Like I think on Raw they brought Finn Balor back. CM Punk didn't beat Braun Breaker. A lot of things are happening in WWE that I like that seemed very predictable that they were gonna do. Oh, okay, like last Friday night SmackDown, that was on my birthday. It was like we all imagined that fucking Cody was gonna beat Drew McIntyre. What we didn't know was Jacob Fatu was gonna come back and basically cost or actually fucking help Drew McIntyre win the title inadvertently by fucking, you know, he beat Drew back into the cage, but then when fucking Cody fucking tried to grab Fatu off of Drew, that's when they started brawling, and Drew basically took that opportunity to fucking get out of the cage and win, which is interesting because I never understood that concept really. I always, as a kid, it was always like you have to climb. It was always like you have to get out of the top of the cage. But then I don't know where it went from like, okay, the ref is just going to open the door to let you out. Like that kind of defeats the purpose of a cage match. I know earlier, I forgot who wrestled who, but I know Mark Henry fucking literally, I saw him live on TV, like rip the chain off of the cage, and I forgot who. I know it was Batista and someone else, and that was like Mark Henry's return, because I think he left like either in late 99 or something like that. He left like in 98, 99, but then he came back like in 05 when Eminem first came out. 2005 is a very, very pivotal era of WWE. A lot of people kind of like, it's always the Attitude Era, and then it like depending on who you are, it's either your favorite era of wrestling is the Attitude Era and then the Golden Era in the 80s, or it's the Attitude Era and then the Ruthless Aggression Era that happened right after. But obviously the most heralded era, I feel, of WWE is the Attitude Era, because we saw the shift and the change of what was to come later. I think those are both valid arguments, though, whether you go for the Golden Era with obviously Hogan, Piper, Savage, Bret Hart came out of that, but he really didn't get he was more represented in the Attitude Era, or at least the early stages of it. But I would say, yeah, the Golden Era, you had, fucking Junkyard Dog, Coco Beware, Gang of Fools, Kamala, if that's how you say his name and shit. Was Papa Shango out of that era? I'm pretty sure. But a gang of fools, right? That wasn't my era. I didn't grow up in the 80s, obviously. I just feel like the 80s were more like kind of, more wacky, obviously more superhero-y, G.I. Joe-ish, and then the Attitude Era is obviously great. I mean, my favorite wrestlers came out of there, whether it be Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Undertaker, who else? Who else came out of the Attitude Era and into the Ruthless Aggression Era? Yeah, all those fools. Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle. Sting wasn't part of the Ruthless Aggression Era, but he was like around there. So, and then I didn't really watch TNA, so I would say my favorite era is still the Ruthless Aggression Era, which came out like I want to say 03, 02, some shit like that, whatever it was. But that's my era, Batista, Randy Orton, Cena, like I said, Eddie, Benoit, Jericho. Presley, stop licking yourself. Fuck. I gotta get him for another fucking saddle point shot, because whatever it is, the allergy season is real out here, bro. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's like it's hot now and shit. I'm wearing shorts. Like it's January, bro. Like it shouldn't be 80, but this is how I knew climate change was real, bro. Like back in 2022. It was like 81 degrees one January, and I was like, bro, it's not supposed to be hot in January at all. Like, this is fucking outlandish. You know what I mean? Going back to WWE, They hit like a really low point. It just seemed like Rock like put WWE on steroids, and then when he left, he took the juice with him, bruh. Because when he left, it was like that was when you saw like them fuck up John Cena's whole heel turn, when creative wasn't as good, the booking wasn't as good. So WWE is kind of like in like if I'm buying tickets to see AEW and I don't even watch their shows, that's how you know you gotta fucking step it the fuck up. They're coming back to Ontario. The last time they were in the Toyota Arena was in July, and then I bought tickets to Revolution. They're like half-ass nosebleed seats, but that's cool. At least I'll see like a actual. This will be my actual first wrestling pay-per-view, you know, and that's gonna be in I think the Crypto Arena, some shit like that. I don't even know. I just bought tickets for him and shit. So yeah, Ruthless Aggression era. That was my whole era. Used to watch it all the time. Like for sure, when Eddie was still alive was when I was watching it live. But going back to like Mark Henry and stuff, 05 was like a real pivotal moment, I feel like, in wrestling, and definitely the turning point in the Ruthless Aggression era, because that was when Eddie passed away. Me personally, that was like the best matches in the feud between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Coming into the year, they were the tag team champions, and Eddie obviously turned on Rey during their match with Eminem, which is, you know, is it Mercury, Nitro, and Melina? So they were like the new fucking. Their first match, they win the tag titles. Not very many wrestlers, they come in and they're the champions off the rip. The only other one I can think of is like Carlito. He won the United States Championship. There's no fucking wrestler out there, I feel like, fucking they won a world title though. I don't know. I don't think there's any wrestler that came in their first match, definitely not debuted, and fucking won the world title, you know. They'll give them like the singles titles and shit like that, but when it comes down to the world title, I don't feel like they should be doing any no shit like fucking giving them a big one of the big belts and shit. But I think for them to just kind of build a star up, it's good that they gave Eminem the tag titles, because that let Ray and Eddie do their fucking one of the best series of matches for sure. And I think a lot of people, they kind of forget that Ray and Eddie feuded past SummerSlam 05, the Custody Atomic. That's one of my favorite ladder matches. Had a bunch of crazy like high spots in there, but Eddie ended up actually winning their last match together, and I think the one and only time he won was in that cage match, and I think he just fucking, it was like finally, I think they just did that to be like, okay, Eddie won, like let's do something with it, because we need to wrap this story up. Damn, man, I just fucking squeezed the shit out of my pimple right now. Fuck. Ow. I hate getting blemishes and shit on my face, like fucking, like why the fuck am I this old and I still have like pimples and stuff? I don't know. That shit pisses me off. But yeah, when Dave came in, he won the title pretty fast, and I forgot who the fuck he got the title from too, but oh no, he came in with the title because he was the world heavyweight champion on Raw, and Cena was the WWE champion on SmackDown, and then they just switched. So I mean, and that was very refreshing in and of itself. Like that whole year of 05 was very, very strong. A very strong year in wrestling. From the Mania that happened to all the pay-per-views. It was very strong. Mark Henry returning, the debut of Eminem. I feel like Carlito debuted that year too. I think he did. Or maybe he debuted in 04. Right? Because Cena became... Oh, no, wait. No, Cena became champion in 05. And he was on SmackDown. I don't even think he did one SmackDown as the champion. I do remember him coming back though, like maybe like '06, '07, and I don't even know if he wrestled. I just know he cut a promo. But what is it? Yeah, '05 was just a strong year, and I've been watching the Inside the Ropes interviews they've been dropping recently of Mark Henry. I didn't know how much I like Mark Henry as a wrestler until I started hearing him talk. And there's wrestlers that I'm not into, but when I hear them speaking shit, I like them as a person more so than their matches. Like Bret Hart, I think he's a great wrestler. He has great matches, but he's probably not one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. He's definitely one of the best of all time, but to sit down and actually watch a match, I kind of like I don't really care. So Mark Henry was something else, bro. Like he was just a fucking, they call him like monsters or whatever, or like a monster where he just goes in and he demolishes everybody. He just has crazy physique. His moveset is like very versatile. He could move really well in the ring. And I feel like what made him there's just a couple different feuds, right? When he feuded with Batista, when he was kind of like Eminem's enforcer. But for sure in the next year when he wrestled Undertaker at 22, that is another great WrestleMania for me. Maybe not one of the best WrestleManias of all time in totality, but for sure, like, you had Cena and Triple H. You had the fucking Eminem versus Taker. Fucking, I'm kind of forgetting off top. The Money in the Bank match, that one was fucking crazy. That one you had, I think, Kane, Shelton Benjamin, a bunch of really good wrestlers were in that one. Yeah, just fucking 05 and '06 were very strong years. I'll give the edge to '05, but '06 is right there. Yeah, man, I love me some wrestling, bro. I'm going to go see AEW. I'm going to take my pop out for his birthday to go see Revolution, just me and him. And then him, and one of my homies are going to go see Dynamite over here in Ontario. And I've always been a wrestling fan. I've been a fan since definitely '04, like maybe the end of '04. In the summers when I would, and see, this is how I know, because it was always like in the summers of me being like in El Monte where I saw like all those matches, like Eddie, the feuds with Eddie and Ray, Batista come in, all that shit. It happened like in the summer. And that was really when I would be over there. My tia would take care of me and I would fucking watch SmackDown with my cousin. I never watched Raw because it was always on Mondays and it was a school night. So Friday was like, where I could fucking actually watch and stay up and watch SmackDown. So TNA I wasn't really watching. It would be on, but we would, like, me and my cousin, we would watch it very rarely. It was more so like, just something to watch. We didn't really get into it, which is wild because we were watching TNA like in '06 when it was like really good. And I do remember like Sting was there, Angle was there, Christian was there. So it kind of threw me off. I was like, like, how can these WWE guys be wrestling in TNA? Shouldn't they be in WWE? So this is before I even understood how like shit worked. I just thought that wrestlers were only exclusive to one brand. I didn't even know about WCW. I knew ECW, but I always thought that was WWE. I didn't realize that it was its own fucking thing before. So yeah, and then if you want to talk about '06, Rob Van Dam became WWE champion and ECW champion at the same time. It was kind of whack how they kind of like took the belt away from Rob because they caught him, fucking. He got caught up with Sabu with the weed and shit, and I think he got arrested or something. But like bullshit charge, you know what I mean? And that's how it goes to show you, like, if that shit happened now, WWE would not give a fuck. I feel like maybe as their world champion, I feel like maybe. I guess that is kind of, I don't know. I feel like WWE would do some stupid shit like that too, like kind of punish their fucking big superstar because of like some weed and shit. But that shit is whack, Like back in those times, like fools it was like still a little taboo, but it was getting to being more open with people. Like it wasn't viewed as like a drug. It was more viewed like a thing to do type shit, like alcohol or something or cigarettes. But with '06, it was like the return of DX, right? And that all started from Mania, because Mania was like, you see the Shawn Michaels, he does the cross chop, like the suck it, and you saw Foley versus Edge in the hardcore match. So they were planting the seeds to see if people were going to react highly to DX and bringing ECW back, which fucking was really great. What nobody fucking didn't know was how Rob Van Dam was going to be WWE champion and them take it away from them, and which basically fucked ECW up, because after that Rob went to fucking TNA. He didn't stick around, he fucking bounced. So it was, oh no, he did stick around, but then he bounced a little while after, but he never got that steam again ever in WWE, which is fucking crazy to me. And then just going back and watching TNA like pay-per-views and shit, it's like, what the fuck? Like I saw a fucking match. It was like Sabu, Jeff Hardy, Abyss. Was Kurt Angle in that match? I don't know, but I was like, damn dog, like this is a fucking awesome match, A lot of great TNA shit I missed. But obviously, like, we all knew that AJ Styles was, like, the guy in TNA. Like, that was very apparent. Like, AJ Styles was always, like, that dude. The poster boy of the company, which I really fuck with because it brought its own identity. You had a couple other dudes, like, obviously, like, Abyss, and then Angle would represent. Christian would come on, too. But it was just like a different thing, and TNA represented a whole different like audience, which we weren't fully tapping into. And by '07, I just stopped watching WWE because I thought it was cool. I thought it was nerdy to watch wrestling, and we don't watch Yu-Gi-Oh and fucking wrestling anymore. We watch all this like fucking manly shit, like fucking, what is it? Robin Big and shit like that, I'm looking at my phone real quick. I got some shit. What is it? I don't know. So I'm not on Instagram, just getting myself distracted and shit. I'm hella fucking tired. I woke up at 12 and fell asleep at 3. I got some really good sleep. I don't know if I'm going to record the 2 songs I have. Who knows? Me and my pop are going to go out and eat. We're going to do The Great Escape and fucking see what's popping with dinner. I want to take them out to like a nice dinner, re-rock the fucking birthday I didn't have. But yeah, like now with AEW, it's kind of like they're almost there, dog. Like AEW had like a moment. They kind of have these moments to where it's like, oh shit, they'll be WWE's competition for like 1 week, and then it'll fucking fizzle out again because I don't know what the fuck they're doing with their wrestlers, but they had Sting, bro. And for like a month, they were good. But then there we go. Sting gets lost in the shuffle. But seeing the story of Sting on AEW was like, they were completely fanboying his return. It's Sting! Like all that shit. Like, man, y'all sucking this fool's dick. Just have him go up in there with the bat and beat bitches over the head with that shit. How hard is it to book a legend in a fucking company where you're trying to build up new talent and superstars and you incorporate other legends? Like, it ain't fucking, I mean, to me, I don't know shit about wrestling, but it just seems like a no-brainer to me to have Sting come up there And either one, have them like what they did and have them tag team with like Darby Allin or someone and like build them up, or fucking have him lose a bunch of fucking matches up into a pay-per-view where he wins. Or the other way around, like have him beat the shit out of like when he was there, like Ricky Starks, and have him win out of fucking Revolution or something like that. Like, it just seems like they had all the ingredients to make a fucking cake, and instead they made a sloppy Joe. You get what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I get kind of like passionate about wrestling and shit, because I really feel like they fumbled Sting's. And granted, Sting was like, I think in his 60s, bro. Like, Sting was in no fucking condition to be wrestling at a high level. And I feel like if that's what's going to be happening, you might as well not wrestle. But it goes back to like fucking, it's on the wrestlers if they're going to wrestle or not. If they are, it's on them. And if not, if not, I feel like Stone Cold did as a prime example of somebody who was red hot, left when he was on the fucking mountain, came back for one match. That was it. He might have stunned people here and there, but Stone Cold knew when his time was up. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say it like that. I'm just saying, like, you got to know when to call it quits. And when you just drag it out, I feel like you kind of put a black eye on your legacy, whether that be a Ric Flair, whether that be a fucking, you know, he should have been retired, but he kept trying to drag his career out. Hulk Hogan, same fucking thing. You know, he should have been, or actually, no, maybe he had matches here and there, but he didn't, I feel like he didn't have like that big retirement, you know. John Cena's doing the right thing by ending it early. AJ Styles, same thing. I think he said this is going to be his last year wrestling. So there's just a lot of wrestlers that just, they continue and they shouldn't. Like, Sting was doing crazy shit, like taking big bumps in AEW. That fool's old. You know what I mean? You already knew by TNA, you knew his body was fucking crippled. You could just see it, just the way he walked and shit and the moves he was doing. You're like, he can't do this. Like, he can't keep doing this. This is like '06, ladies and gentlemen. You fucking hear, I forgot, I think it's in TNA where, I forgot what he was doing, but he was wrestling somebody and you hear the crowd chanting, he still got it. He still got it. You know what I mean? Like, everyone knows that fool's old and he can't keep wrestling. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I have a lot of love and respect for Sting. He wrestled in the golden era and all the way through up until today's time, which is highly commendable. But I feel like when we all know that you just need to just stop, bro. Like, give yourself a break at least. I don't know, part-time contracts, who knows? But I don't want this to be like a thing where like I'm shit, like everyone thinks I'm shitting on Sting. I love Sting to death, but I just felt like he should have stopped wrestling by like 2010 or 11 or whatever the fuck, you know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. AEW still really new. They had CM Punk and Cody Rhodes at the same time. I don't know why they didn't fucking feud with each other. They had that from like around that 2020, 2021, whenever CM Punk was there, they had all the ingredients. CM Punk literally and Cody Rhodes literally built that company from fucking like nothing. And especially CM Punk. He put that whole company on his back. And the fact that they just kind of like, and then they had the Hurt Syndicate, and they got MJF. Like, it's just, I don't know what the fuck it is. The Hurt Syndicate was on its way to becoming like a household name for AEW. I don't know how the fuck they fumbled that. And it's so crazy how I got to see AEW while MJF was still a part of it. Crazy. Like, he was kind of like new, and they wrestled like a trio match. I forgot what it was, but that was a great match. Shout out to AEW though, for sure. Like, just being there, like on TV, it might not translate well, but in the building, the fans and just the show was fucking amazing. Floor seats, awesome. You know what I mean? It was a great show. So, hold on now. Wrestling and sneakers, man. So now we're gonna go to the top 10, the top 5 fucking regrettable sneakers purchases that I made. I guess we'll start with number 5. What's the most least regrettable sneaker purchase? I'll say the Spiridons. So Nike Spiridons, they're not a bad shoe. They're just really snug, and they're kind of like a dunk where they conform to your feet. They're just hella snug. They're really comfortable, have really great outsoles. They're very breathable. The mesh is very, very comfortable to move around in. It's just hella snug. I don't know if I do a 12.5 because, and just the look of it, it makes me look like I have Peter Pan, fucking sword fighting shoes, paws on them. But these are really cool. I wore these for the fucking Green Light 5 album cover. I love the box. It's just really I bought them because I feel like Starker popularized them in his album, Spiridon. So that's why I got them, and that was a whole homage to him, was fucking on the album cover. But it's number 5 because I kind of just, I regret buying sneakers that are hyped up. You know what I mean? That's just kind of the bottom line. Number 4, we'll go with any $100 sneaker, but we'll take the Saucony Ride Millenniums. Any $100 sneaker just fucking looks hella cheap, and it feels hella cheap. Everyone except the Air Monarchs, which are 85. I bought these for 60, but I think they retail at 100 flat. But any Asics 1130, whether they be the Nike V5 Runner or these Ride Millenniums, they just look cheap, feel cheap, and they hurt your fucking feet, bruh. Everything except the Air Monarchs, right? But just those kind of $100 sneakers that I just named have to be number 4. We'll give the number 3 spot to SB Dunks, or just Dunks in general, right? But see, with these, I love them. They the Sequoias have just an awesome color of fucking dark green. A great midsole color, lighter, and then a kind of a darker gum sole bottom. These are really tight in all ways of just they squeeze my fucking feet. They're comfortable, but they're just more flat, and really the upper is where it shines. If they could figure out a way to just figure out the lower outsole and make it comfortable, if I could get a Vomero 5 and put that, actually no, because the upper's tight as fuck too. If I could just make these a little bit wider, put a fucking Vomero 5 lower, and make it a SB Vomero 5, I'm onto something here. Nike, you gotta cut me the fucking check, bruh. A shoe that you could skate and run in. How about that? Fuck. Oh wait, but they did that already with the SB 95. So fuck. Kind of late to the party. So yeah, and I love the purple box. Purple box is fucking awesome. Then we'll go to these are a fucking tie, but I'll give the number 2 to the fucking Salehi Benberry New Balance 1,000, right? These, I mean, just look at them, bro. I want to vomit. I'll probably never wear these. I'm honestly just gonna give these away. These are atrocious. Like a kiwi on the bottom, it looks like a kiwi, and it just looks like some shit. This looks like a fish that a shark ate and shit out or something, bro. I think I was giving it props when I bought them on my sneaker cops, but I've never worn these, and I don't think I'm ever gonna wear these. These are just a really fucking weird colorway, and I'll never wear them. They look like a fucking, literally like the box. They look like the mountains and shit. What is it? Can you see it? The mountains, but Like, I get it, right? It's the fucking the river and the fucking grass. Whatever the fuck this is supposed to be is weird. A fucking fruit, you know. The brown is like, I guess, the dirt, and the fucking orange is the fucking sunset or whatever. I get it, man. But when you fucking have like an outlandish sneaker like that, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know what the fuck we're doing, New Balance. And really, I blame Salehi Benberry for this shit because he's so obsessed with like hiking and like the outdoors and shit, which isn't bad, but it's just like, fuck, man. Like, could we get a shoe that's not completely like fucking looks like some other shit like that? You know what I mean? And this is why I hate this couch, because it always like grabs my shirt and it fucking, you know what I mean? Like, goddamn, I feel like I gotta, you know, not fucking be all the way back towards this shit. Then we have the Jordan 8. I actually really like this shoe. Like, just the whole aesthetic of it. It's just like the cross straps are fucking trash. I should have just waited and got the Bugs Bunnies but I'm not going to buy those. Like, these are fucking flat. They feel like they suffocate your feet. Like, these are great for like winter weather. I would never wear these in the fucking summer. These are just a hot ass shoe. This shit where it got like a lizard tongue in the look at this little flap right here, bro. Look at this shit. Like, these are hard as fuck to put on and take off, and you know what I mean? Just, these might be my top regrettable sneakers. If this was a different colorway, like just the model of New Balances aren't regrettable at all. It's just the colorway. But just like Jordan 8s are like hot. They're hard to take on and off. They're just, I don't know, man. I just don't like the Jordan. Like, very regrettable. Probably the most regrettable Jordan I bought. And the fucking 12s are right there. But, you know, again, going back to fucking buying sneakers that are fucking hyped up. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Don't do it. So now, we're going to go to the kick test of the Nike V5 Runner. And, going back to the fucking $100 sneaker problem, right? Look at that. The Nike V5 Runner at a retail price of $95. Tackle the everyday in a shoe, and this is according to Nike description. Tackle the everyday in a shoe that matches comfort with style. Staying true to its Y2K roots, the V5 Runner has a foam midsole that's chunky yet lightweight, plus metallic details, and the 3D swoosh logo elevate this retro runner. And I actually do like how it pops out like it's 3D. I actually do like that. For casual wear, I'll give it a 6. Although snug, this is a great, more chunky look compared to the Vomero 5. You could clearly tell the $100 difference, though, in how cheap the material and outsole looks and feels. This looks like something Kanye would do after an experiment on an already popular silhouette in the Vomero 5. It has a similar look, but feels more tight. The tongue is more comfortable with how thick it is, and it just feels like an SB version of the Vomero 5. For heavy wear, I'll give it a 0. I think it's the insoles of the forefoot that make my feet burn. Either that or there's no cushion there. I had a feeling these would be a nightmare to walk in, and I was right. For the price, I'll give it a 2.5. With great heel support, they look and feel cool for a quick walk and just to get around, but do not exercise at all in these or do anything like rigorous. Does it fly? No, I don't think these fly at all. Save your money. I'd rather have one pair of Vomero 5s than 2 pairs of V5 runners. That is completely on your discretion. There's some people that just want to take the cheap route, and there's no excuse. A fucking shoe should last you like a couple months. You know, if you don't have $200 for one pair of shoe, I get it, but still, bro, like, we're talking about like getting into the nitty-gritty between shoes. You know, cheaper is not always better, bro. And for those who don't understand that, I feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? The message of the day is spend your money wisely. If you're gonna be spending your money and trying to cut corners and go to the cheap route, I don't think that's fucking. I don't think you should be doing that. Whether it be buying fake fucking jewelry or just shit that. Oh wait, we're not done. Wait, we got one more thing. Hold on, hold your horses. The message of the day, man. Just fucking spend your money wisely. Don't be a dumbass. Don't be overspending, living beyond your means. Just spend your money wisely because trust me, all this shit adds up and you don't want to get fucking bamboozled, dog. You don't want to be living with regrets as far as your sneaker purchases. We got one more, right? The Puma fucking sneakers, ABC. Fucking, I forgot what that brand stands for. The ABC Puma fucking sneakers, right? These boxes are fucking heavy. Holy shit. But these are the Fantastic Four Pumas, and I'm praying to the Lord I get at least Galactus or Silver Surfer because these shoes look fucking ugly. But who knows? Let's see. The unboxing on the God's Hour podcast premiere. Yeah, fuck that thing up. Oh, I like the smell of these. These smell fucking good. These smell like a library. What kind of? A hint of vinegar. All right. It's let's see. Majesty. Oh, they're Puma Majesty Fantastic Fours, and I guess this is the box it comes in, and it doesn't tell you. It has powered by magical and mysterious ABC opals. That's fucking crazy. Advisory board crystals. That's crazy. So this is the box. Yeah, and then you could see the fucking which character you could get. So where do you open this actually at? Okay. So, I hate that I have to take this. Can I take the sticker? Where the fuck do I open this thing at? I feel like you open it from one side. Which side do I open it from? Let's see. I'm going to open it from the side that has the shoe sizes on it. So I guess I hate having to take stickers and shit off. But, let's see. Fuck. I like keeping the stickers on. Oh shit, this doesn't even stick anymore. So I guess I'll just put that here. God damn it. All right. Let's see what we got. Fuck, I still don't know which one I got. Fucking wrist is all fucked up. Oh my god, I would get this one. Fuck, the Human Torch? Fuck. Wow. What the fuck? Literally like the ugliest pair I've seen. Right? Oh my god. How do you get this shit out? Wait, is this the top? Is this just the top down line? Oh shit, here we go. Wait a minute. What the fuck are these? These are Human Torch? I mean, they're not as bad as I thought they would be, but these are pretty bad. Holy moly. The pinstripes on them. Damn, dude. What a waste. Actually, you know what? Let me break down the story after, right? That's crazy. Honestly, the fucking red under the, because if you can't tell, they're like flames and shit, but underneath the blue, what the fuck does that mean? This ain't Invisible Woman and Human Torch. This is just a Human Torch. Why isn't this shit just red? I kind of like this opal thing on the back, and the chrome or whatever plastic kind of makes it different, but bro, these fucking sneakers are ugly. I don't give a fuck what you say. That's crazy. That's fucking just something else, bro. All right, here we go. Number 2. Fuck, man. Making me look like a bitch over here. Fuck. Fucking got a knife. Fuck this shit. I know this is very anticlimactic for my audio listeners, but what I just did was, the box is just to describe the box, this has super great packaging for a fucking shoe that looks like clown shit, bruh. Look at the fucking, in the inside, they're like fucking, you know those old senora fucking sweaters? That's what the inside is like. These look like fucking Mino Eskimo super sport shoes. You know, the fucking pinstripe on the Human Torch, the lace. Oh my God. The laces. Brother, white on the top and bottom and fucking blue on the bottom. These are the Human Torch. Is the Human Torch fucking blue? Doesn't look like it, bruh. It's fucking, what is this, bro? Flames underneath this shit. Oh my God. The fucking canvas or the mesh or whatever bullshit. Oh my God. This is crazy, bro. I spent $200 on each pair. I spent $400. I might as well have got $400 and lit that shit on fire, bruh. The packaging is amazing. The concept is great. For the fucking model, bruh, they could have, bro, if they just did this on like the Puma Street Rider models, this shit would have been fucking sick as fuck. They didn't do that though, did they? What is this? Please tell me. Yes! The Silver Surfer! Yeah! Fuck. Didn't I say I wanted... Oh, shit. Didn't I say I wanted fucking either the fucking Galactus or Silver Surfer? I called that shit. Now, let's see how bad these look. Oh, did you know inside you'll find a pair of sneakers inspired by the character on the front of the box? Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, The Thing, Silver Surfer, Dr. Doom, and Galactus are all up for grabs. Which will you get next? None of them, bruh. I like this shit a lot. On the back, on the side. I didn't even read the back of the box. Oh shit. What the fucking thing? I don't know where I put that shit. Get your Silver Surfer. This shit's hard. Inside this box, you'll find a special pair of Fantastic Four sneakers designed to help you move like a hero. But beware, 3 infamous villains are on the loose. Get ready to save or conquer the day. These superpower kicks will have you ready for any adventure. Okay. I hate that you can't see them either. Like, they made sure they wrapped it up real good. Oh my God. Bro. What the fuck are these, bro? What the fuck? Oh, okay, the only thing I like is this shit, but really, bro? I'm literally speechless. I literally wasted $400 on these fucking gay ass shoes. Words don't even do it justice on how disappointed I am. This is something Daft Punk would have wore. And like, if Daft Punk wore these shits would have flew off of the shelves. These are nasty work. These are horrible. I'm speechless. Just to give y'all a backstory, Puma had a double blind raffle, which means you didn't know what they look like, the shoes, and you didn't know which ones you were gonna get. And they wanted their money up front first. That was the first intention to detail I should have been paying attention to. That was the first fucking clue that these were gonna be a disaster. And yeah. Horrible. So I bought two, and of course I hit on both of them, and everybody's been wanting like refunds and shit. I'm literally just gonna give these away. They have no space, they have no room in my fucking in my life. These are horrible. I don't know what the fuck to say. This is very anticlimactic. I wanted the Silver Surfer. How much are Silver Surfers going for on StockX? I guarantee you it's not much. Let's see. Let me see. Puma Fantastic Four. They're going for 200. The Galactus pair is going for 500. That's crazy. No way. These are really going for 400, bro. Really? That's wild. What about Human Torch? That's crazy how these actually have fucking value to them. Maybe I will save them and won't give them away. Bro, the Galactus pair, there was one pair of the fucking Galactuses, and they were going for fucking 10,000. Dude, the fucking... Whoa. There's only two pairs. The size 10 is going for 20 grand now, and the size 14 is going for 500. That's crazy. I might sell these actually. The Human Torch. Let's see. Okay. So the highest one is at a 8.5 and it's going for sub 400. So yeah, one of the worst purchases I've ever made in my life. The second message of the day is remember going back to spend your money wisely. Well, this is why, because you do dumb shit like waste your money on fucking shoes that you've never even seen before. With that, this is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.